how an entitled Karen went from "my kids are in the car waiting for me" to "he has a gun, call the police" in 0.47 seconds flat. Well, this is not the experience I thought I'd have on my way home from the office this afternoon, but alas, here we are. While enduring my afternoon commute, I decided to stop at the old WM to pick up some cat food to avoid having to do it over the weekend. I usually make a point to shop at Bullseye to avoid the WM tomfoolery, but WM was closer, and I was tired. I walk in and immediately experience the cacophony of Boxing Day that I'd completely forgotten about. The customer service desk line was past Subway and down into Menswear, and the checkouts were an absolute nightmare. I had half a mind to turn around and leave, but I resigned to tolerating it now than dealing with a potentially worse situation on a Saturday. I made a beeline for the pet section, find the biggest bag of the brand I'm keen on, hoist it over my shoulder, and off to checkout I went. As I made my way over, I glanced past the employee station sections and peeked at self-checkout, which was even more of a mess. I decided to interact with another human in WM for the first time in months. As I'm standing in line, I eye a Red Bull in the cooler at the end cap and snag one. I'm perhaps the third or fourth person in line at the lovely 10, maybe 20 items or less line, a limit that people love to test on an hourly basis, but I digress. It was moving at a decent enough speed for a day like today. I worked in retail and retail management for a collective 6 years, so I pride myself on being one of the most patient and understanding customers on the East Coast. The Karen behind me, however, was not. She had a shopping cart parked too close to but for my liking, and frequently sighed and tapped her foot on the bottom section of her shopping cart, from the sound of it, anyway, and sked and tutted regularly. If I rolled my eyes any harder, they may have dislodged themselves from their sockets. I hate waiting as much as the next person, but what I hate even more are people who feel the need to do so, and make that much noise in the process. The cashier summons the next person in line, and now there's just a single soul ahead of me. Karen huffs and puffs again and inches forward, bumping me with her shopping cart. I half turn and glance at the shopping cart, and then at her, giving her a neutral eyebrow raise, hoping she'd get the hint, and take a step or two back. Spoiler alert, she didn't. But it was then that she decided that either her bumping me with her cart or my decision to turn around and acknowledge her existence was the green light to bother me. And so it begins. R-cast. EK. Entitled Karen. C. Cashier. SH. Shopper. SM. Store manager. AP. Asset protection. PO. Police officer. Me. Alexius the eagle bearer. K. Excuse me. Me. Silence. EK. Slightly louder. XQSE me. Me. Turn slightly. Cat food still hoisted over my shoulder. Me. EK. Yes. Could you let me in front of you? I'm tired of waiting. Me. Glances into EK's shopping cart. I only have 2 things. I'll be quick. EK. Yeah. But I'm tired of waiting. This line is ridiculous. Me. Well, I can't help that, sadly. EK. You kids have no respect for your elders. Me. I'm 26 years old. I'm hardly a kid. And you look about 36. You're hardly what I'd consider an elder. And you're certainly not mine. EK. Wow. Rude much? I just asked to get in front of you in line. Me. Yes. And I heard you perfectly fine. Look, with respect, if our roles were reversed, I'd totally let you. But you have a cart full of things, while I only have 2. Please, I'm just trying to wait for my turn in peace. EK. Your cat can wait. My kids are in the car waiting for me. Me. Not a me problem. Hope they have supervision. EK. Emits some kind of guttural growl or sneer. At this point, the customer/shopper in front of me turns his head slightly to glance behind him, and glances at the large bag of cat food over my shoulder. SH. Hey man, do you want to go ahead of me? Me. Nah, that's alright. You've been waiting longer than me. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. EK. I'll go, if he won't. SH. I wasn't speaking to you. EK. Why? I never. Emitting more guttural noises. The customer ahead of me took his turn with the cashier, and I, now mildly exhausted from having a 20-something pound bag of cat food over my shoulder, bent forward to prop it against the checkout conveyor belt. since the customer in front of me had it loaded with his items. It's worth mentioning at this point of the story that I have a license to carry and always do a 9mm compact in an IWB holster in the back of my pants. What I didn't realize was that when I bent forward, my bomber jacket lifted enough to reveal enough to determine what was tucked securely away. In my state, printing the outline of a firearm showing through your clothes or anything of the sort isn't necessarily illegal. Neither is open carrying. It's just better mannered to keep your concealed carry, well, concealed. Usually to avoid making people uncomfortable or giving someone an excuse to cause a scene, which is exactly what this Karen decided to do. EK, you have a gun. Me, silence with an eye roll. EK, he has a gun. HEH has a gun. Me, I have a license to carry it. Will you be quiet and mind your business? EK, he threatened to shoot me. Help. I need a manager. Someone call the police. Now the entire front end of the store is looking over in our direction and I honestly just wanted to sink into the disgusting linoleum and fall into oblivion. The cashier rolls her eyes and picks up the phone to summon asset protection and the store manager. AP arrives on scene first with the manager arriving a few moments later. AP, what seems to be the problem here? EK, that guy has a gun and he threatened to shoot me. Me, oh my lord. AP, ma'am, please calm down. Sir, what's the issue? Me, I didn't threaten to shoot her. I've been waiting in line, minding my business. AP, sir, if you have a gun, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store. We do not allow guns here. Me, there's no posted signage stating this fact, but that's fine. I'd like to get away from her anyway. EK, no, I want him arrested. He threatened to kill me. Me, I did not. EK, you're a fucking liar. You threatened to kill me. Me, you're insane and a negligent parent. Miss, my kids are in the car. EK, how dare you bring my kids into this? Are you going to shoot them too? SM, excuse me, I'm the store manager here. What is going on? AP, this woman claims this man has a gun and threatened to shoot her. I just asked him to leave. Cashier, he barely said a word to her. SH, yeah, he's been standing in line quiet and she's been harassing him about taking his place in line. He didn't threaten to shoot her. He's barely said anything to her. AP, still, you can't have guns in the store. You need to leave or I'll call the police. SM, excuse me, I don't see a gun. Sir, what's happened? Me, I leaned down to put the bag of cat food down since I got tired of holding it and my jacket must have lifted and revealed my gun. I have a license to carry and it was concealed. SM, we don't allow open carry. Concealed carry is allowed in accordance with our state regulations. Sir, may I please see your LTC? Me, opens wallet, hands over LTC. SM, hands it back. After looking at it, looks like you to me. I apologize for the inconvenience. AP, meet me in the staff room in 5 minutes. It seems we need to review our policies and guidelines before you ask customers to leave unnecessarily. EK, no, I want him arrested. He threatened to kill me and my children. Aren't you listening? Well, someone in the store must have called the police because a second later, a police officer approached just as EK finished screeching. The store manager explained the situation to the officer, who then heard from the cashier and the shopper in line in front of me, verified my LTC, and dismissed me. Me, officer, forgive me. It may not be my business, but EK told me she left her children in the car. I don't know how old they are, but given the fact that this whole nonsense took up God knows how long, someone might want to check on those kids. Officer, turning to EK, excuse me, ma'am, I'm going to need to escort you to your vehicle. EK began another tirade of screaming and arguing, and ended up being removed from the store by the police officer. I don't know what happened to her or the kids. Maybe the kids were of age and could be left alone, but given her appearance and the impression I got from her, they most likely were kids that shouldn't be left alone. TL, Doctor, entitled Karen gets mad I won't switch places with her in line, accuses me of trying to kill her, possibly arrested or fined for leaving underage kids in an unsupervised vehicle. Wow, you made it to the end? Mom would be proud. Thanks for watching. You can show your support by liking and subscribing to my channel. Turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever a new video pops up. Have a nice day.